G'day guys, it's Mark here and welcome to Iron Empire. Now in this episode we are back on the F250, my daily driver. Now over the last few months I've been doing some upgrades on this thing. I'm going to show you all of that, including today, transforming this thing way forward into the 21st century. Let's get on it. Now, first things first, we need to rewind a couple of months. We're actually done a little bit on this car. First up, I got the windows tinted by Fine Line Window Tint. Sean down there sorted me out once again. Done an absolutely amazing job. This thing looks wicked. I've done a darkest legal, which in SA here is 30%. I've done that all round. I may have went 20% in the back. Can't remember. But that transformed this vehicle. It did have the old faded tint on it. It looked terrible. It was all delaminating and stressed out. Looked shocking. It's looking a hell of a lot cleaner now. Then the very next week we took care of the volume of this car. It's got a 5.4 litre petrol V8, but it sounds like a freaking sewing machine. So first things first, we need to take care of that. So let's rewind and see what we did on that day. All right guys, here we are, take two. We're gonna have a shot at doing some exhaust today. Now last time we tried to do this, we had a blackout. Today we got power, but we got a hell of a lot of wind and we got a hell of a lot of cold weather up here. But I'm gonna have a crack while I've got a bit of time and see if I can get started on this truck. So first things first, I'm gonna measure the size of the exhaust. Now we'll have a look here. Now you'll see, probably not overly clearly, but that is 75 millimeters, which equals 3 inches. Now, for some reason, even in Australia, when we're talking exhaust, when we're talking wheels, we talk inches. Unsure why. I find it easier personally, but that's a 3-inch exhaust. Now there's a 5.4 with a factory 3-inch exhaust, which is pretty big for a, maybe they just ran them big because it's on a truck and they got the space, but the size of the muffler under that thing is like 600 mil long. It's freaking huge. So the sooner we can get rid of that and let this thing breathe a little, it's gonna start sounding the goods. Might go a bit better too. So we're gonna go over here into the paddock of death where we've got, I forgot, I don't even know where these come from, but I've got exhaust pipes from lots of exhausts. We've got lots of headers, we've got lots of mufflers, stainless, mild steel, rusty. We've got a whole ute full of them. And we're gonna see if we can utilize some of these old goodies to make this truck sound the goods. Because as you all know, we like to repurpose and recycle, and we like to keep it low buck. Now this is pretty bloody low buck. So let's have a bit of a scrounge through and see what we can find in here. Oh man, it's bloody brutal up here. Just checking on Winnie. Got little Winnie over here. She loves going next door. Keeping an eye on the sheep. She sits over the other side of the fence and eats sheep shit. What a menace. What are you doing? All right, let's get this thing in. We'll get it under the carport so at least I've got a bit of cover from the rain. But yeah, it's not going in the shed. I've got too much shit on the go. This thing is a freaking beast. Man, it is far too large. Alright. Let's see what we can do with this thing, because at the moment it sounds junk. Listen to this. Yeah, there's nothing to be heard. That's embarrassing. Alright, so sliding under here on the wet gravel. You see the muffler here, this is the only, oh no! Oh no, this is the cat, I'm in the wrong spot. So the cat, this is catalytic converter, even this thing here, 600 mil long. There is no pollution getting through that. Oh, what a shame. All right, let's move down the back. This thing's huge. All right, now down the back here, you see the muffler. It's right before the diff, so it's sort of a bit of an awkward in and out. It starts at the bottom, enters the bottom and exits the top. So The length is also 600 mil. There's a lot of muffling going on in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it at the entrance point. I'll drop the pipe down out of the way and we'll see what it sounds like. We can make a decision from there. Eating sheep shit. Look out, Winnie. All right, here we go. Oh, dude, this is brutal. Oh yeah, fucking good one. Smash the end of that thing. Ah. Ah, you freaking prick. Ah. Oh man, this is ridiculous. Fuck no. Come on, bitch. Ah, finally. All right. Now let's fire this bitch up. Ah. Yeah. Now it sounds like a thing. It's not even that loud. Oh man, I'm gonna take this for a spin because this is not even that loud. Wow. I mean, it's probably hard to tell on film, but this is probably no louder than the Fairlane or Andrea's Daily. Maybe I don't even put a muffler on it. Oh, I'll take it for a drive now. Oh hell yeah, my wheels are here. Out you come. Little ball breakers. All right, so absolutely stoked my new rims have arrived. I'll get them all wrapped up with some tires next week. But for now, I want to take this truck for a drive and see what it actually sounds like. I've decided I'm going to pull the arse end of the exhaust off before I even attempt that because the exhaust is sort of swinging back into place. So any sound is going to sort of make its way through the muffler anyway. I want to try and get a proper representation of what it's going to sound like. So we'll pull the tailpipe off. Hopefully it comes off with no issues. And then we'll take it for a spin, see what happens. Little pokey tongue. All right, now that I finished fighting with that exhaust pipe, it was so hard to get it off on the ground. There was not enough clearance. And this thing is too big to get on my hoist. So we're finally gonna take this thing for a spin and see if it sounds any louder on the road because it is so quiet idling. Incredible how quiet this thing is. The catalytic converter must be so ridiculously big that it's just stopping all the sound. This is a 3-inch exhaust system and it's almost silent inside the cab with no muffler. Not sure what you guys can hear on film, but I'm blown away with how quiet this thing is. Alright, I'm not prepared to pull the cat out at this stage, so I'm just going to run it like this for a few days, see how I feel about it. Then we'll readdress this freaking exhaust. Who would have thought this would be so hard? Okay, now fast forward a few months and this thing has been put through the ringer over winter. We've been using this thing as an absolute work rig. It's been doing really good, but it is looking like filth. So it's time to clean this thing up, make it look good again. Now, first thing I'm gonna do a big tidy up. I'm gonna address some of these stains that are on these seats. There's a bit of glue. I'm gonna carefully try and pick this off with a razor blade. And then we're gonna move forward and do a bit of shampooing, see how good we can get this thing looking. Okay, so first up, this is not Ajax. This is actually a carpet shampoo that I put in an Ajax bottle. We spray this thing down and I'm gonna go to town with this scrubbing brush on the drill. Obviously, you gotta be super careful if you've got a sort of old fabric. You don't wanna go through. This can be a little bit abrasive, but these seats did hold up pretty good. We're giving this a scrub. I've done half of the passenger seat so we can see a bit of a before and after of how good this thing comes up once we hit it with the shampooer. Alright guys, now that I have this thing all cleaned up, it's no longer looking like a tradie rig anymore. I'm super happy with how clean it come up. I've been neglecting this thing over the winter and finally it's looking neat as a pin. The interior come up really good. I do have to finish off that passenger side. I wanted to do the comparison of shampooing half the seat. As you can see, it did come up quite well. But now, what I've been looking forward to doing this entire time is getting a new set of wheels on this rig. Now, some of you may be wondering why I'm changing the wheels up. A lot of people do like these rims. I actually do like them myself, but personally, I believe that these wheels are better suited to a slightly earlier model. They're a little bit 90s for my liking. This truck is like an 01 to 06 or 7-ish, I think. But yeah, this one's an 01, and I think that it just needs a bit more of a modern wheel. Now I'm going to do something a little bit unusual for my standard, not usually my style, but I'm going to wheel over these new rims. Let me know what you think. Bam! Alright guys, so what I've ended up with is a set of 20 by 9 inch rims from Raceline. The model is called Gauge, and they're obviously a satin black finish. I wanted to go with a modern style wheel. I'm not a massive fan of black, but I think it's going to suit this truck really well. I've gone with a 275 60/20. I got these tyres through Corey at Bridgestone Select at Golden Grove. Thanks for the hookup yet again. Now these equate to about maybe a 33-ish height. I can't remember, but they are a beefy tyre. So as you can see, they're a nice aggressive looking pack. Hopefully they're not too noisy on the road, and they sort of have the look that we're going for. And yeah, but they're super budget, so don't get me wrong. Would you believe I picked these rims up for $144 each through CTO Industries? I just found them online, and the tires were like $220. So this whole wheel and tire package, come with center caps and wheel nuts, was less than $1,500. Absolute bargain. And I think they're going to make the truck look sick. So let's get them on right now. All right, get this in true fashion. The nice big bag of lug nuts that come with these wheels, of course, carried the wrong thread. These are 14 by 1.5, which is more of a standard thread. Unfortunately, the big rig takes a 14 by 2, which is an ultra coarse thread, and of course super rare. So what I done was try to use my lug nuts on these wheels, but of course they are a far too thicker nut. You can see the size of that nut versus that nut. So spewing. I don't even know if this is going to happen right now, so let's see what I come up with. Okay guys, now it is the following day and we finally have some wheel nuts. They are a key style and they come with a specific socket, which is currently sitting on the car right now. I can finally get these wheels on. It's an absolute roasting day up here. I've already been for a swim, the first swim in our new dam, so stoked on that. Now that I'm all cool, I'm gonna get these wheels off and finally wrap up this video and the look of this F250. Guys, so that is a wrap. The wheels are finally on the car. It's happened at the last minute. Thank you to Andrea for running down today and picking up these wheel nuts so we get the job done. Pretty stoked with the look of this thing. It actually does look like I brought it right into the 21st century. I think it adds like 10 years to the look of this car personally. Yeah, that's gonna be it. I'm super stoked on this to continue being the daily for now. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out the online store, and I'll see you all on an upcoming episode. Cheers guys.